Wildlife Farming here. We're with our friend Tony today. He's getting a new drill, and we just kind of walk you through some of the steps we do with a new client, somebody that's getting a new drill, on things you need to know about your drill and how you set it up, just so you get in the field and we get things done right. First thing we're going to do today is Tony's got some material, whitetail destination. Okay. If you guys know, on our website under the pH drills, we have a seed charts available for everybody. It'll get you started. We looked up the destination today, and we were trying to get about 36 pounds of the acre. So we go to our chart. That'd be seed gate 2, gearbox setting 3. We're going to kind of walk you through. Then we're going to calibrate and confirm how close the chart is. The first settings we want to do when we're getting ready to plant something is we want to adjust. We call it our gate or our seed gate opening. This is the gap between our fluted drive wheel and our gate underneath. Basically, the flute turns at a certain speed and sweeps off of the gate. If we have small seeds and the gate's too open, gravity can just push it right through the system and we can't control the calibration. If we have it too tight on a large seed, we crack seeds. So typically what we do is go to our chart for anything, or if you don't know, start with some relative number. You'll get to figure it out pretty good. Brassicas, clovers, your small seeds will be somewhere from 0 to 1/2. Soybeans will be 1.5 to 2. If you get into corn and sunflowers, you might be up to 3. It's not real complicated, and you'll kind of get the hang of it, but you do want to check year from year. Soybean sizes change a lot. That's one plant, and that bean cracks relatively easy. So you want to make sure you get your gate set. We always go with our gate setting, and then right before we calibrate, we usually load the system. We fill the machine up with seed, turn the ground wheel till we start hearing seed come out. That's a good time to check for if you got any cracking of seed, and then you can make an adjustment. So after we've set our seed gate, the next thing we want to do is come over to our variable speed gearbox. And what this does is the variable speed gearbox controls the speed of the flutes, okay? So the larger the number, the faster we're turning the flutes, the more material we're putting out. The slower the number, so this gearbox changes that gear ratio, so we turn that faster or slower. So if you did a calibration test and you didn't have, you were X pounds below what you wanted, you would go to a larger number because you'd speed it up and put out more material. So today we looked at the chart. This is just a good starting point. We're still going to calibrate and confirm this. We're at our gate number 2 and the number 3. Number 3 on our gearbox setting gives us like 35.36. We're looking for 36. We'll run the calibration and see how close we are to that, and then we'll move up or down depending on what we need to do from there. One thing I want to tell you guys is these set screws on top, once you get your setting, you need to move the set screws down so it doesn't change while you're out in the field. It doesn't vibrate around. It doesn't move much because it's on a knob, but always set your set screws down once you got your setting. And the other thing is loosen them up when you want to move it. Right. Because once you got them set and you go crank it on the deal, you're just putting a lot of pressure on the whole system. So we've set our gate. We've talked about our gearbox. Now we get ready to calibrate. One thing we want to do is get our calibration in the calibration position. A good way to do is it's got an attention sticker right here on the back. When you can read it, you're in the planning mode. So the cups are right underneath the seed gates. But when we pull this out and we flip it over, now all the seed tubes are offset to our planning units. And that way it'll collect all the material. So now we have something. We don't have to put a piece of cardboard underneath or a towel or anything. We can put everything into our collection tray when we run our calibration test and collect the material. And we'll get to that in just a minute. Once we do the calibration, we'll go through the wheel, turns, collect our material, pour it in a bucket, weigh it, put our multiplier, and we'll know what we're doing. Okay, we're getting really close to doing our calibration test. One step I want to go on, we've loaded the machine with seed, but we have not loaded the system. If we started our calibration test now, Tony, we wouldn't get the right calculation because the first 3 to 4 turns, we're not getting any seed come out. So what we're going to do is just turn the wheel. See, nothing's coming out. Right. And now you can hear the seed coming out. That was about 5 turns. So make sure we got the system completely loaded. That means the flutes are full, everything's coming out. And also, this is a great time when you're doing this test to check our seed gate spacing, make sure we haven't cracked any seeds. Okay guys, we went through, we've loaded the system, we've set our seed gate at 2, we put our gearbox at 3 based off the chart. Now we're going to confirm those numbers. We're looking for somewhere around, I would say, we're looking for 36 pounds for the acre. So what we do is, now it's time to do the calibration test. Our calibration tray's in, we turn the ground wheel, the direction of ground travel, which is counterclockwise, okay guys? You don't want to turn it the wrong way. And we turn it 26 times. Go ahead, Tony. All right, guys, we've turned the wheel 26 times. Now we pull out our calibration tray. As you can see, our calibration tray's collected all our seeds. We just move it over to one side. And don't get crazy. You'll bounce all your seed out. Just slowly tilt it forward. And then you dump your seed out. Sometimes I put it in a bigger tray or bucket. If it's 8 foot and you got a lot longer calibration tray, sometimes the tub's easier to put in and then we transfer it to bucket away. So once we've done that, we take our handy little fish scale. Guys, pounds, okay? Not pounds and ounces. If you got ounces, you have to convert those to digital pounds. Everything's set on a decimal. So 8 ounces is 0.5 of a pound. So whatever ounces you have, you need to divide by 16 to get to a decimal on there. So we weigh the material. So we got 0.41. So our multiplier on a G5 is 81. So we take 81 times 0.41, and that should give us somewhere around close to 35 pounds an acre, I would say.
80,
Point
let's see, 0.41 times 81, 33.21.
33.21. So if we ran that test again, we could say if we wanted to go to 36, we're only talking 3 pounds here on a small acreage. Maybe I move it 1/10, 2/10 on our gauge here, and we can run the scale again if you want to get exactly on. If you're not worried about that, move it up to 1/10 or 2/10, go plant. You're going to be pretty close to what you want to do.